Welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. Okay, and today I'm leveling my crafting. So, I haven't done a video on this yet, but I do use a website that's been helping me locate the Leve locations, and it helps dramatically when you're trying to level your crafting. Leaves are really important. So for example, I'm going to be leveling in this video my carpentry and my armorer. And in order to do that, I need to pick up the leaves, and I went to White Brim because it's a level 40. Now, one of the tricks I like to do, I like to succeed in my crafting when I'm specially synthesizing large quantities for turn-ins, and this helps me tremendously to turn in faster. Just craft a bunch, get the repeats, and just keep turning them in bulk. And you'll see in this video what I mean. So I always stay about 5 levels under. So until I hit 50, 40, like 50, I'll do the level 40 leaves. When I hit 50, then I'll do the level 45 leaves. When I hit 55, I'll do the level 50 leaves, so on and so forth. And when you pick up the leaves, they're just like quests, except you're going to, deliver oak composite bow, and then I'm going to deliver mithril lances, and then I'm going to deliver mithril barbut, and then a mithril elmi. Okay, I might be chopping that up. But regardless, what this is going to do now, I get to look up what components I need. Now, I'm going to need mithril ingots because I'm actually out. So one of the things and I only have 49 oak lumber, but that's enough to get me started. I have boar leather. I also use retainers to go out and get things that I don't want to necessarily have to hunt down, like horns and such. So retainers, not vendors, retainers, I should say, are great for sending them out to gather material for you, especially when you're going to be doing leave quests. All right, and especially when you're going to do the harvest leaves, and I'll get in that later this week as well. So I have 4 retainers. You get 2 in the game, but I got the additional 2. Why? For material, crafting material, shards, things like that. Just keeps me occupied. Now, the first thing I want to go ahead and do is obviously I need to get mithril. So I know I'm going to go to Forgotten Springs, and I'm going to go mine up some mithril. Morning, Irish. Yo, what's up? Hoping to see something today about my account, but truth be told, I'm not hopeful, and I will be doing prepaid. Yeah, prepaid's it's a good way to go. By the way, I didn't know if you try to do your subscription through your PSN. If you were trying to do it through the PSN, there is a problem, a known issue with PSN payment. So you always want to make sure it's through MOG Station. But if you were bumping into that problem through the MOG Station, then definitely go prepaid. That's my recommendation. But MOG Station is how I set mine up. When I didn't want to set my payment up through PSN. There's like some problem with that. I didn't know if that was something that was going on. So first thing I want to go ahead and do is switch to miner. Now I don't have any macros for job switching because I just haven't set it up yet. I already know where the location is. So a nice thing about crafting and harvesting, like the harvesting in this game, is like other people could be harvesting near you and you're not competing for traditional nodes. Now, there are some things about unspoiled nodes that has some competitive elements to it. So I haven't delved deeply into it, but regardless, there is something to that as well. Now, one thing I do actually enjoy about Final Fantasy XIV is the crafting is viable, and the crafting is kept separate because crafting has its own end game in Final Fantasy XIV. And I was talking to Scott yesterday. One of the elements to the crafting since it has its own end game, it has its own progression system, meaning it has its own gear score, its own rotation. There's a lot to the crafting system that keeps players interested only in crafting. Now, I am not one of these individuals, but I can understand why so many people enjoy it. Now, I'm always going to hit Truth of the Mountain because that gives me unspoiled locations. Now, as you guys can see, I'm here. It'll take me about 15-20 minutes to, harvest up some nodes. Now, I always want to keep my last node or find the what I call the 5-hit node for my bountiful yield. That'll give me 10 because it has 5 strikes. And then we always mount up in between the widespread nodes. And in Heaven's Ward and Shadowbringers, these nodes are spread out even further. Now, you could buy material on the auction house, but it's very expensive. So I suggest you level up harvesters. Harvesting is one of the big things that comes in handy if you're going to become a crafter. But then there's also people that don't want to be crafters, that just want to be adventurers, but for some extra... Oh, this was my 5 strike, and I was supposed to hit my bountiful yield. We'll get it on the way back. That's fine. But that's the one. Once you establish that that's your 5 strike, that's what you want to use your bountiful yield for. So, just for example, that was a 5 hit. The other ones are 4 hits. So if I use bountiful yield on a 4 hit, I'm only going to get 8. But if I use it on a 5 striker, then I'm going to get 10. And I want to get about, it's 2 mithril ores to make 1 ingot. So I kind of want to get about 100 is what ideally I want to get. How many ingots I want to get to start off with. The higher your gear is, or the better quality your gear is, and you can put material in the slots, you'll get more GP. And you can also get a better chance of getting your your quality ore. Okay, so we know over here is the 5 striker, always the last one. So I'm going to come up to it, and now I'm going to hit bountiful yield. And you'll see there's a 2. Now every time I strike it, I'm going to get 2 pieces. And that speeds up your harvesting quite a bit. Actually doesn't take as much time. In the beginning, when you're like failing your strikes, it is very time consuming leveling harvesting. But once you get up to 100, it doesn't take very much time to acquire material that you need or material you may sell. So like I said, if you're not going to become a crafter, you might just be wanting to do harvesting to sell material to crafters. So even if you're not interested in crafting, you might want to pick up harvesting because there are a lot, especially unspoiled nodes, a lot of the materials that come from there are priced very heavy on the market board. So it's a good way to make some extra money. I should have hit that bountiful yield again. It went pretty quick. My regen did. I'm used to skipping every other, but we'll get it next time. Now always mount up and just, it's faster than walking. Your sprint does have a cooldown associated. Like right here, it's kind of close, so I'll hit my sprint. Hey, yo, what's up? I will not be doing prepaid, and no, it was through the Mog station. Yeah, then they definitely got to take a look at it. It's June 13. Anyone important video game wise? June, you mean the E3? There's going to be a lot to pay attention to on E3. I already jumped through hoops trying to get the game on the main account. That didn't happen. Made an alternative account, fine. Now they won't take payment after 3 months of no issue. Yeah, well, that is, they need to resolve that for sure. June 28th is early access to Shadowbringers, Roz. And then we have July 2nd is the official. I got my own club too. Oh, do you? Yeah, July 2nd is the official release date, and June 28th is our early access for pre-orders. Yeah, that's crazy, Irish. I mean, if it was through the Mog station, it is definitely on their end because you already went through the bank. So, and if there's no restriction, then there's something definitely through the bank. I bumped into that problem with a couple of games, not this game yet. And then I always try to get prepaids, or I'll do like a PayPal account or something if they have it, and I'll try to go through that route. I actually think I'm getting such fast regen on my GP, I might be able to double strike. We'll try it after this next one. Alright. Bountiful yield. This put me up to 79, unless I get rare. Yeah, rare. Yeah, that's actually really friggin' cheap on my Bountiful. It's 100 GP cost. Well, shit, I'm fucking hitting everything with it. Screw that shit. Let's get through this fast. Okay, I was going to say, my niece going to be born when Shadowbringers launches. Oh, well, congratulations. Congratulations, man. Yeah, Shadowbringers release early access June 28th. That's why I'm really pumped up for the E3 announcements of what might be going on. Okay. Sorry about that. It's always in the morning, man. I'm telling you. Ah, that's why I didn't do King's Yield. I'm hitting the wrong ability. Okie day. Alright, so it's not... It's King's Yield is the one that you want to use, 400. So we'll let that build back up. That's fine. It's not taking me that long anyways. I was thinking June is when Elsewhere Mod 16 console and Shadowbringers was going to launch. No, it's June 28th is our early access. I'm kind of glad it's not early June. I'd be screwed. I'm trying to get so much stuff done. For your niece? Is when she's due date. Oh, got you. Yep. Well, congratulations, man. They got a name picked out. Okay, one more round, and then we'll go ahead and smelt these down. Okay. We're going to go use King's Yield this time. All right. Now, I'm going to return, and I'm going to show you guys another trick here. Maya? That's nice. That's a nice name. Good name. Good name. It's a good name. Okay, now, I'm going to go show you guys. I already have the scroll, but I'm going to show you guys where to get them. So you can get XP scrolls, right? Now, major thing here I can also do if you're in a free company, and I do recommend doing this. You want to go ahead and go to actions, and I already have this where I can earn extra towards gathering and extra towards the crafting. Okay, so those will give me bonus XP. Also, if I come to the quartermaster, I can actually buy XP scrolls, and I'm trying to find them. Might be under here. Okay, right here. I think they are. There's the venture coins right here. So on your first rank, you can get these things called company issue engineering manuals. Boost 50% boost towards synthesizing. You can also get surveys, which is 50% boost when gathering. All right. And then when you complete your level 50 quest, then you'll get a bonus scroll of the 150 boost ones. Right here. Commercial engineering, 150 for synthesizing. And then over here, commercial. Okay. So that comes in handy as well. Now, I can just go ahead and switch. Do this anywhere, really. But I'm going to go ahead and go to my armorer, since he's the one I'm working on leveling to 50. I got the XP boost. Chrissy, what's up? How you doing? Now, I'm going to just use this one, for example, right here. Company issued, which is a 50% boost for synthesizing. So I'm going to use this, and now you're going to see my icon up in the right corner. It says 2 hours. And then I want to go ahead and use a food. I do recommend using crafting food, but you want to use a food buff so you get that extra bonus XP as well. Now I'm going to come down, and I'm going to find my mithril ingots, and then I'm doing a quick synthesizing. You can use high quality materials, but that's if you're wanting to take the chance, because synthesizing doesn't guarantee that you're going to get the quality. But for this purpose, I'm going to do it, but I don't recommend it. If you have quality items, just keep to that. Now you'll see I have a XP boost of 108% towards the XP, which is low on this one because I'm just smelting. I'm good. Are you good? Yeah, I'm doing really good. I'm working on my crafting. It's kind of like, oh man, I can't believe I have to do this. I'm trying to get the most out of it though. I figured it'd be a good video. So but I just gathered the material. Now I'm smelting it, so I have my stock of everything I'm pretty much needing. I have my horns, I have my oak, I have my boar. I kind of want to make sure I get everything. Then I'll put some stuff away. I heard there's major issues with Elsewhere. Good things I switched to Trove, right? There are a lot of problems with Elsewhere right now. A lot of upcoming fixes I foresee in that future. I'm just, like I said, I didn't want to leave. It's just time. It was just time. I can smell when things go like, could be worse, right? I was like, oh, I don't want to level crafting. I don't want to, like, you played this game, Chris. I'm sure you're aware of the tediousness of what it takes to be a crafter. The nice thing about synthesizing, and I will say this, if you need to do things around the house, right? You're home, and you're going to be, you have a couple of chores to do. Synthesizing is amazing. It just comes in handy. It really does. Like, you get stacks of 99, and then you just go to town. You just synthesize, go wash some dishes, pick up some things, come back in 5 minutes. That's done. You set up another synthesizing, go clean up. This is one of the features I really like about this game. It's kind of, like I said, usually when I'm synthesizing, I'll just go and like, oh, you know what? I got a load of laundry to do. So I'm going to go ahead, do a load of laundry. This is the perfect time to throw it in. Nah, they just had a patch but didn't fix anything. Oh my God, are you serious? Just leveled up. So that's actually pretty good. Won't take me much. Now I have 2 hours to utilize this buff. And it's good for 100,000 XP or something like that. Then I can utilize another one. Good thing I quit ESO because I heard Elsewhere is getting bad. Yeah. Oren, what's up? Crafting, my favorite pastime in time sync. Right? Right? I'm like, oh. Did you guys like the title? I'm Leve-ling. I'm Leve-ling My Crafting. I'm Leve-ling. I thought that was kind of ingenious. My kids don't think I'm funny. They don't know what funny is. They say I have old man jokes, and that's not funny. I'm like, they're good punchlines, man. Everybody's a critic. Okay, so I'm going to end my synthesizing once it's done, obviously. Okay. I'm going to back out. Now, I still have the buff, but this is one of the things I want to do. I want to try to reduce my inventory, right? Obviously, I only want the material. I can't get rid of everything in my inventory, for whatever reasons. But I'm going to try to put whatever I can on my retainers, and my retainers got tons and tons of stuff in it. Which is also another reason why I picked up the 2 additional retainers. So it only cost me $4. So, it's close to 20 bucks. Instead of like 15 bucks, I'm paying close to 20 a month, which isn't bad. All right, so I'm going to come over here and be like, yo, man, you got any room on you? Yes, no, maybe. And if she's like, yes, of course I do, Mystic. Absolutely. Northern Pike's going to go in there, obviously. I'm going to take that gold sand. I'm going to take this. I'm going to put that in there. I don't want to, bog it down, but at the same time, I want to, like I said, reduce some of the things that I'm not going to be needing on this retainer. Now, my retainer is out harvesting, doing its thing. I think I can put these hides on her, these extra boar hides. Right? That looks good. And now I can go ahead and hit sort, and now I can count how many spaces I have. You know, I have 5, 10, 15, 18 spots, which is kind of cool. At least I have a hard count of what I can, you know, synthesize in production. So I'm close to having this leveled. So next thing I want to do is open up the Leve, and it's going to say, okay, well, you know, you have to make the mithril barbut, whatever. So I want to come down and find that item. Okay, right here. So I'm going to need steel plate, mithril plates, mithril rivets, and mithril ingots. So I'm going to go on my retainer because I've already gotten some stuff made. I'll have to make some more plates. So I want to look up for the steel ingots. I mean, steel plates. I have 42. That's good. I have 1 mithril ingot. I don't think, yeah, I'm out of mithril plates. I need, and then I can open this up while I'm doing this, mithril rivets. Please tell me I have mithril rivets. Yes, I do. 54. Absolutely. All right. Now I got to make plates. And I don't want to make a lot of plates because he's close to 50. So I already know, like, I don't want to overshoot. I'm probably going to just make about 10. So we're going to go ahead and quick synthesize, and then I'm just going to select this for 10 because I'm going to need, once again, actually we'll make 8. Going to get that bonus XP again. But you're kind of getting the idea. Like, you want to have, like, all your stuff that you're going to need to craft these materials, to craft this. But get that bonus XP. Very, very important. Plus, I got a little bit of rest XP going for me. Thank God on that one. Okay, we're going to end it. Now, we have that. We know this is a level 41. We have all of our material. Now we have to go ahead and craft it at least once before we can synthesize it. Now, I'm always going to use, there's basic synthesize and then standard. I use the standard. I don't care about the quality of the item doing the leaves. I just want to get it over with. I'm going to get a bonus XP for crafting it for the first time, and now I can synthesize. So I'm going to go ahead, synthesize it to the max. So we got 7 left since we utilized 1 on our initial. That's going to give me a 6,169 because I'm getting all that synthesizing bonus. And people will be like, why are you making so many? It only asked for 1. I'll get into this. People will be like, you're making too many. No, I'm not. Okay, I'm going to end the synthesizing. And I'll be like, okay, you know, I got 8 of these going down. Now, what was that other leaf I got to make? I got to make mithril elmi or whatever the heck that shit is. So I want to find that as well. And that's probably in the 36 to 40. You always want to make sure, scroll down. Is it this one? It can't be. That's not right. It's not even spelled right. I bet you it is. For some goddamn reason. I'll bet you that one is it. Can you say typo? It is. It is. It definitely is. It has to be. Look at that. Ugh. I hate typos. It's a Mithril Elmo. Hug me. Love me. Okay, so it needs plates too. I'll skip on this for a second. We'll hold off on that. So we also are going to level carpentry, right? So I need oak composite bow. Now, first thing I need to do is obviously do what? Switch my job. I have to switch. I can't like craft as, so I have to switch my job. So we're going to look for the mithril bow. There's the oak composite bow. If you're ever questioning, just open it up. Oak composite bow. So B sinew. That's in my guild bank. Open this back up. How many horns do we have? We got like 40 horns or some shit. We'll be fine. And I think it's under the third one, I want to say. No. Oh, right there. So I'm going to remove about 50, give or take. All right. Now, I'm not going to need the steel plate. Well, I may need the steel plate. We'll hold on to it. But I want to count how many spaces I got left. 4, 7. So I can make 7 of these. So it's what I'm going to do. So I've already made it. So now I can just quick synthesize it. So I'm going to make 7. It's going to take all my slots. No jokes. Have you ever bought any land to store your items? As far as housing, I haven't got into the housing yet. Crafting is great in this game, though. It's engaging and gives you a feel of accomplishment. It is really good. I didn't catch the title. Yeah, see? I heard EU catastrophically crashed. It didn't completely crash, but yeah, they were having like major problems where they couldn't log in. They couldn't queue once they logged in. They were taking people like hours to get to try to play during launch. And it's like, that's a huge problem. Okay, so I failed one of my synthesizing, but now guess what I'm going to go ahead and do? I'm going to go to the location in which I picked up the leaves. And of course, that's over in Corinthians, Central Highlands, White Brim front. So I'm going to go ahead and mount up. And if I scroll out, you'll see there's a big little check mark with a square over there. And that's where I'm heading. Now we'll start off with the carpenter. You guys will kind of get where I'm going with this. Oh yeah? You and your fancy car? I got a car too. I love this mount though. Oh my god, I love this mount. I had to go through hell to do it. I'm not a big fan of most of the horse mounts in here, but I'm actually a big fan of these Garo mounts. They sound like horses. They look like mechanical horses. The other horses kind of look like a little different. Maybe not my style, but whatever. So I'm going to come over here to the leave, turn in. The leave quest is right there. I'm going to be like, hey, guess what, dude? I have some stuff to turn in. And he's going to be like, oh, really? And I'll be like, yeah, okay. So I want to take the winning combo, for example. That's the bow one. Turn it in. Now, I can't turn any other ones in. Now, he's going to give me a reward. And like, oh, by the way, great. 53,000. Boom. Smack. I'll be like, oh, by the way, I have another quest in here I have to do. Now, once again, I can't turn in, right? What I want to do now is come back to the leave master. Why I produce so many? Because a lot of these are repeatable. So I go back to the trade craft and be like, oh, look, here's a quest for a bow turn in. I have that. I'm going to go to the armor. Oh, family secrets. Well, I have that too. Now, I'm not going to take the mental fatigue. I could, but I'm not doing it for the sake of this video. And be like, hey, dude, I'm back. Guess what? I have that stuff again. And then all of a sudden, I'll be like, hey, yeah, guess what? I have the bow again, too. And I level up. And then I come back. Doing it this way is the fastest way to level crafting. And I'm like, oh, looky, there's that quest again. Then I come over here. Oh, looky, it's the quest again. I'll take it anyways, just so I don't have to look at it. All right. You can drop them once you level. All right. So I'll be like, hey, looky. Surprise, surprise, I'm back. And I do 2 at a time. I'll usually do only 2 at a time. This way I can kind of gauge a little bit better. And all the XP, I don't have to change the jobs to get the right XP. The game puts the right XP into that category for me. So if it's a turn in for armory, the XP that I'm gaining goes towards my armory, my armorer. And be like, oh, looky, there's that quest again. This is why I'm mass producing. Plus, I'm getting the synthesizing bonus. And be like, oh, looky, hello. Scott, what's up, Mystic? How's things going? Going great. Nice chunk of XP. It is. It's a huge chunk of XP. Huge chunk. Troves let you be creative. I tried to get my daughter into Trove. I did. Because she's a Roblox fan. But she didn't want to do it. And then I come back. I do it again. And I just level. This is how you do it, man. It's just like, you know, what are you doing? I'm leveling. I'm leveling. My candy bar build is Cookie Faint Emperor. That's cool. Cookie Faint. That's unique. I like it. Trove definitely has a lot of things really cool about it. I remember when they took the Chloromancer and implemented it in Trove from Rift. That was kind of cool. Okay. Once again, winning combo. Okay. And then I keep turning in until I have no more. And then what I want to do is do what? Take the same material I have, craft up some more for what? More turn-ins. Till I hit 50. So I'm just going to come here. I'm going to come over here. And the website, remember the website is in the description. There's a link in the description below. Both my kids are huge into Roblox. My daughter loves Roblox. She has her own private server. We pay for her server every year. Cookie and elephant. Ah, I got you. Okay, now I'm not going to have any more bows. But that's okay. Now what I can do is just come down to bows and do what? Synthesize some more. First thing I want to do is sort these out. And I know I got 2 over here. I can do 5. I can do probably another 7. So I'm going to synthesize what? 7 more. Well, 9. That's not bad. I'll synthesize all of it. Okay, and so my XP bonus went down to 58. Why? Because I lost that rest XP. But I still have this buff going on. I have 3% over here. And then I have Helping Hand. Jeffrey, can you see me in the chat? I can, my brother. How you doing? How you doing, Jeffrey? How's it going, man? Haven't seen you for a minute. I hope all is well. I wish its class gem let you left click heal allies. Yeah. Okay. So that one's done. And now I'm going to come back. I'm going to extend this for a second. And then I'm going to go back to my armorer. And be like, hey, man, what's up, dudes? I actually think I forgot to, yeah, I put the steel. Oh, no, I still have the steel plate. I got to make mithril plates. So there's one. And I'm like, oh, I got to make mithril plates again. So I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to come down. And we're going to synthesize probably, I want to say about 4 mithril plates. That should get me up to level 50 with my armor. Okay, once we're done, we're going to end the synthesizing, obviously. We're going to come down to 1 level. We see we have all the components. We're going to quick synthesize, and we're going to make 4. Hopefully we have enough room. If we don't, just hit the quit button. If you're in the middle, it'll quit, so you're not going to lose it. It'll cancel out. Okay, that's fine. Now, we have enough to do it. I do recommend getting a lot of bag space if you can. Unfortunately, I am a pack rat. Once again, trade craft leaves. I'm going to pick up the same ones I've been picking up. And it's just a back and forth game is all it is. Once you get the material to do all this. Okay, 1 more and I'll level up. But I'll finish turning it all in anyways. Okay. Scan trade craft leaves. I want to go ahead and accept it. I'm going to come over here, accept this one. Nothing. Easiest way to level. It's the easiest way. There it is. Level 50's mine. You can't hold me back, game. I don't think so. The bow one's going to be a pain in my ass. Okay. Summoners are AoE gods. I know, right? Kaboom! 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 Do you see the PS4, Xbox, PC, and Switch being on one server? Yes, I did. Well, they're keeping the server. At first, the servers are going to be separate. They're going to do cross. They're talking about the cross server. I've said this, Jeffrey. I have said cross-play is going to be a thing. And I'm so glad that DCUO is going to get probably one of the first games to do it. They deserve it. The game is, combat's amazing. Cal, how things, my friend? Good, except on the Final Fantasy front. Yeah, he's trying to resolve some issues. Hopefully, they get it done. Do you sell your crafted items? I can, Chrissy, but a lot of the times I haven't got into that yet. So for me personally, it's like, I can, but I just haven't got into it. Okay, so I got my notification saying you have leave allowance. There is a cap on that. Let me see if I can at least turn this one in. So I have 10 hours and 42 minutes before I can turn in. So now I'm stuck for 10 hours before I can turn in. But this is the easiest way to do it. So you just keep turning in until you see that notification. That's how you do this. That's exactly how you do this. So I hit level 50 with that, and I hit 46. So by today, when my 10 hours are up, I'll have my carpenter. So it's 9:17. You know, around 7 o'clock, I'll be able to do this again and turn in. I really like Summoner, and Mystic was helping me with the macros. Seriously, I feel you. I understand you shouldn't have to jump through hoops right to play a game. Yep. I would get Paladin if I get this game. Paladin's a really nice tank. Instead of it, I wish it had a year monthly. You can do quarters in this game through prepaids and stuff, even online. But sometimes the work is well worth the reward. You know you love this game. This game is amazing. Yeah, dude. That's why I said, Irish, listen to me, man. If they can't resolve it, get prepaid, man. It'll save you a hassle in the long run. I mean, I get it. It's in Japan. I wish they would do that. What do you see in the future of DCUO, and what do you think of the new season of SM? I see DCUO with the Nintendo being launched. So DCUO is coming to Switch this summer. I think it's going to take at least another 6 months. At least another 6 months, if not a year, to get all the servers completely integrated the way they want to. But once they do, it's going to secure them for at least another couple of years. Hopefully, with this new revitalization that they're going to be seeing, it puts more people in the development process. The only thing that's problem with DCUO is the amount of content, not the quality of content, the amount of content. So hopefully they put a little bit, they're able to get some more staff, get some more content in there, because they do everything so good anyways. So the combat is still one of the best combat systems, even by today's standards. Hopefully they've been working on some different UI configurations, which I really like. I like quality of life, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do. Plus, though, they will have to adapt their business model, because capsules might be in trouble with the loot box law and advancing characters. And do you think they should make an event like Fortnite and DCUO? It would be interesting if they could do that. The problem of it is they're short-staffed. If they could get the staff to do it, at least they would be able to, benefit from the existing player base, so they don't have a turnover between DLCs. And do you think the Secret City of Heroes Secret Server will have DCUO set up its game? I don't know about that one. That's a good speculative question. That's a good question to ask. I could see why they would want to. DCUO is being cross-platform. Yeah, DCUO. And I've said this. How many times have I said it, y'all? How many times have I said, literally, you know what pisses me off? This is what pisses me off. I sat in a room with some individuals going over my prospectus. And I've actually shared it online. Some of you may have seen it. Some of you may have not. And literally, in my prospectus is calling out the future of gaming within the next 5 years. Within the next 5 years, right? I was calling all of this. And I have millionaires in front of me that are dumber than shit. I'm like, oh, God. And I'm just like, you know what? I can't deal with these people. I fucking can't deal with this. And there was a company that warned me about this years ago who was like, Mystic, come with us. we'll give you the money. And I'm like, no, trickle economics, all of this thing, cost, production. And they're like, no, 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 mystic, mystic. And I was like, oh God. And then but yeah, I've seen this. I'm well ahead of what most people think as far as the future of gaming. Totally. I saw an old beta Doomsday Star Labs mission. You think redoing the mission would be redundant because of Superman event? I don't think so. Because you got newer players coming in. So if anything they redo now is going to be beneficial for the new player flux. They need to do what Final Fantasy 14 does though, and scale back the older raids. Not necessarily maybe the alerts, but the raids should be scaled. Their difficulty should have caps to them. That makes me want to play it. Tell me when it does so we can play together. Yeah, it's going to be badass, man. It's going to be so badass. Now, once you get done in, let's say, White Brim, like say I hit level 50 now. One of the things I need to do now, I need to go to Mordana, right? Because that's where my new Leve person is. And I need to find the person who's in charge of the Leves over there. So you can always do the unlock. And you'll see over here, you got to try to find the person. Triple triad match. Sometimes there's just so much stuff. But that website will also point you in the right direction of where you can find the Leve Masters. Right over here is where I need to go. So once I hit this, then you go to the next area. And then keep the 5 level difference. Very important. Keep the 5 level difference. It just keeps your resource, like gathering resources, faster, synthesizing more successful, and just keeps consistency. Leveling through Leves is all about consistency. That's what it's about. Yeah, I know. Like, I honestly wanted, but you know what? If everything pops in on E3 the way I anticipated it, if it does, like that's the guild heist. There's going to be so many things just going, in my direction, and not locally. I mean, I'll probably still die poor, which is whatever. I don't give a shit. Okay, now you got over here, you got the supply and provisions missions. You can do that. You can also do that in your home. That gives you a lot of XP, which is pretty cool. Like right here, I can do the rosewood spinning wheel. That'll, I always make sure if it's attached, it is. But you can always do these turn-ins. These give you XP. If it's high quality, and heads up, Scott gave me this information. By the way, good looking out, Scott. If it's high quality, you get double XP. So it's not a bad thing to, if you want to craft by hand, because if you get that quality item, you can do that. And I need to look up that next Leve Master. So, but that's pretty much, you want to go to the next area, try to find the Leve Masters. Once you find the Leve Masters, you can, once again, start, like right there, there's the Leve meter. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to switch, like, to say, and that should pop it up, or no. What level do I got to be? This is the next one. War of Magic. Okay, so that's no problem. I'll take the Machinist. Here's the next Leve Master. Report to Mordana. I don't think it'll let me take it. I have to wait. 10 hours. So I have to wait 10 hours before I can take this one. But this is the next area. So once you hit 50, you go here. Then 55, go there. Oh, and I forgot the Stream DCO community too can join DCO crossplay too, right? Yes. Once they get crossplay. They said that they're going to be working on it. When DCUO launches on Nintendo, it will have its own server until they integrate crossplay in the future. But they are working on it. They've already made the deal with the Xbox. They already have the servers, so they're going to integrate the connections. We already know that Microsoft has made the deal with Sony. It's just about timing and getting through the initial, the contracts that you had established and redoing the contract system. So it takes time. So how polished is the performance on DCUO? The performance is amazing on DCUO. Some of the graphics are dated. The content, here's the problem with DCUO. The only problem with DCUO is I don't care about... I like the graphics. I'm accustomed to it. Some people don't like the graphics, but they're better than World of Warcraft, and millions play World of Warcraft. The only problem with DCUO, in my opinion, is the amount of content that's available. At first, you have a lot of content to go through because you have your feats that you have to acquire to get your skill points. Once you get that, though, or in the pursuit of, because a lot of it is rinse and repeat or RNG based, depending on like what boss you get to encounter. Once you get that, though, the content's kind of low because you'll notice like there was a lot of content flux in one area where you'll see there was a ton of content. Then all of a sudden, not so much content. Why? Because their staffing got diminished. Do you think the new Avengers game will be an MMORPG like DCUO? I do not think it will be. I think it'll have a multiplayer feature, but it will not be an MMO. I don't think it will be. It was pushed out too fast to incorporate all the elements that a traditional MMO has. It's got its own shop building in the office and portable building and has a lot of vacant real estate for temporary club housing. Got you. Basically, it costs 25k flux and 200 golden souls to start your own club world. Oh, well, that's cool. That's good a heads up. Yeah, like I said, my daughter's a Roblox fan. I said, oh, you know what? Why don't you try Trove, honey? Because I had access to that game through my account, at the time. And she was like, no, Dad, I don't want to try it. I'm good. She tried it for a few minutes, and she's like, I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, it's different. I'm like, how? She's like, I can't explain, but it's different. I'm like, okay. And mind you, my daughter was, I think, 8 at the time. And now she's like 16. So this was years ago when Trove first came out. She might have been 10. But it was when Trove first came out, and I had access to it, and I was trying to, like, get her to get into it. And I was playing that Roblox, so I knew. I was like, hey, try this. She's like, no. So the plan is if a player is starting his or her own club, they can set up residence on my vacant land while they gather the resources. Oh, okay, that's cool. I like games like that where, it definitely promotes multiplayer features. That's what an MMO is, right? An MMO is about what? Meeting new people, engaging with people. So that's what it is. Anyways, I'm going to let this stream go. I'm going to take a break. In an hour, I got a couple levels in. I got my whatever done. In 10 hours, I can go through this again. This is just a fast way to level. Crafting is through your leaves. Just utilize the leaf system. Once you get it going, it is so functional. It's just like, it's like, oh, okay, rinse and repeat until I can't do it anymore. Okay, now I've leveled up this. I'm moving on to the next area. Level that up, move on to the next. And it makes a big, big difference. And you can manage your, progression quite nicely when you take 2 at a time. So my recommendation is taking 2 jobs at a time to do this. When you do this, you keep a steady progression system, right? So you'll see that my carpenter is at level 46. Do you think DCUO is going to upgrade our toon style? I don't think the actual initial style will get adjusted, but optional face options because of what they've implemented. I see them later, Gator. Yeah, definitely Irish. Hopefully Irish. They resolve it. If not, keep that prepaid in mind, man. Because I want to see you in Shadowbringers, and it just sucks that this happened right now. But once you get this going down, the two system through their leaves, you're just going to maintain a lot better. You just want to go ahead and say, okay, these are the two I want to level today until I hit my thing. When it unlocks, take the next two. And now here's the thing. While you're in between, go do your harvesting. Gather your materials. When you gather your materials, that's going to it's prepping you to do the leaves afterwards. Thank you for answering my questions. No problem, Jeffrey. I'm glad you stopped in, brother. I'm so happy for DC. I'm happy for the cross-play community. I'm happy that all this is happening as I foresaw. And I'll tell you what, do you guys selves a favor. If you ever get to meet some of these people and you get to talk to some of these people, and you'll know what people I'm referencing, if you ever get to meet these people, just walk away. Most of these people are they're leeches in our society. They are the leeches of our society. It's like our society could do so much better, so much more if we didn't have these leeches goddamn everywhere. And that's what they are. God dang it. I'm like, man, you guys are actually dumb. I actually am meeting, people with degrees that are dumb. That's it. I'm actually even more disappointed in the education system these days. They need more alien skins like the GL cops or corpse. Yeah. And that's one thing I always like how DC's advancing. They're starting to advance more and more in their customization options. So, anyways, it's not as good as City of Heroes. City of Heroes beginning customization is, oh my god. But we have a lot of hero games in the development. Problem of it is, and here's the issue: I see like the Titan one. City of Titans, Ship of Heroes, all of these new all of these new hero MMOs coming out. They got a problem. They have good intentions, right? And they're working on a lot of features. But here's the problem, and I'm going to re-stress this. If you're in development phase right now as a company, there is only one god dang thing that you should be capability moving forward. I've said this, the PC gaming industry, if they're not pushing these agendas, they're going to lose so much goddamn money for their investor. By the way, corporate America, except one company, you know who you are. I love you still, even though I did refuse the offer. I still love you. So one company I do really respect. Really, really a lot. I won't get into details. But one company I want to say thank you, and for the rest of the other industry that is looking like a fucking bunch of fucking idiots, Mystic says hi. I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. You had all those complete professionals, and they were still absent-minded. I told you so. I told you so. That's right. That's right. Little old me, Mr. Nobody, in the gaming thing, right? Not. Fuck you. Except one company. Except one. Thank you. Anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much. I'm Mystic Raven. This is Mystic's MMOs. As always, thank you. Have a nice day.